In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on November 18, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Delaware versus Duke. Delaware and number 7 Duke will both be looking to bounce back from their first losses of the season when they square off on Friday night. The Blue Hens are coming off a 75-71 loss at Air Force last Friday, so they have a week of rest under their belt. Duke won a pair of blowouts to open the season before losing to number 6 Kansas on Tuesday night. Delaware is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games following a loss, and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 road games against a team with a home winning percentage above .600, while the under is 4-1 in their last 5 games following an against the spread loss. Duke is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 home games and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games following an against the spread loss, while the under is 4-1 in their last 5 games overall. I expect Duke to come out with a chip on their shoulder after their loss to Kansas, and the Blue Devils simply outmatch Delaware from a talent perspective. Duke has blown out their unranked opponents in their 2 games thus far, and I foresee them doing the same thing to the Delaware squad. The Air Force was able to beat Delaware, and I take that as an indicator. If they cannot beat Air Force, I don't see Delaware sitting pretty after this game. The Blue Devils are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 home games and 5-2 in their last 7 overall. The Fightin' Blue Hens, meanwhile, are 4-9 against the spread in their last 13 games on Friday and 5-11 against the spread against teams with a winning percentage over .600. I get the case to be made for an underdog in some spots when getting a boatload of points, but this is not one of them. Duke has been picking up their play in recent games, and I believe that the Blue Devils are finally getting everything clicking at the right time despite the loss to Kansas. All in all, there's just too much of a talent gap here to consider the points, so the Duke Blue Devils to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Duke has held their unranked opposition to less than 45 points in both games, and I don't believe their game against Delaware will be any different. While the Fightin' Blue Hens may put up around 50 points, I don't expect Duke to reach 90+ points to cover the over. Duke has hit the under in 4 of their last 5 overall and 6 out of their last 8 games played on Friday. Delaware has hit the under 4 times in a row following a straight-up loss, and 4 out of their last 5 following an against-the-spread loss. While I expect Duke to nearly score at will from an offensive perspective, I don't believe both teams will reach the over of 143.5 points. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. UCF versus Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State and Central Florida will meet in the Bahamas for the Baha Mar Hoops Tournament. The Cowboys are coming off a strong offensive performance against Oakland, where they won 91-62. UCF completely shut down the offense of Western Illinois in their last game, only allowing 37 points. UCF looked much sharper in that game, only have 8 turnovers. In the 2 games prior, they had a combined 32. Both teams will look to stay sharp as they put their skills to the test in the Bahamas. Oklahoma State has won 6-1 against the spread in their last 8 games following an against the spread win, and 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games after scoring more than 90 points in their previous game, while the under is 5-0 in their last 5 games against a team with a winning percentage above .600. UCF is 2-11 against the spread in their last 13 games following an against the spread win, and 9-4 against the spread in their last 13 neutral site games, while the under is 4-1 in their last 5 games against a team with a winning percentage above .600. In what will certainly be a tough test for each offense, there are a few things to look at to glean an edge. First, UCF is able to create more disruption on defense and force bad turnovers. Prior to the Oakland game, the Cowboys were turning it over 15.5 times per game. Second, UCF has the free throw advantage. The Knights haven't gotten to the line too many times this year, but they are shooting 70% opposed to Oklahoma State's 67%. Lastly, UCF often finds themselves generating points off second chance opportunities. In a defensive-centric game, any extra shot attempt is much more valuable. Expect the Knights to to take advantage in this neutral court game. Oklahoma State is 1-6-1 in their last 8 following an against the spread win, so the Central Florida Knights to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. As I'll have touched on, this game will be largely dictated by the defenses. Neither of these teams are allowing over 65 points per game, and both are top 100 in adjusted defensive efficiency. The strengths of each defense is their ability to limit clean looks from the outside, and each teams have big men with great size that will alter several shots down low. As for pace, this is a bit of a clash in styles, but the Knights will look to impose their slow pace of play and slow Oklahoma State down in transition, something UCF has been good at all year. The under is 5-1 in UCF's last 7 neutral site games. This will be a great defensive matchup. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Florida versus Florida State. The Florida Gators visit in-state rival the Florida State Seminoles on Friday at the Donald L. Tucker Center in Tallahassee with early season state bragging rights on the line. Florida opened its season with a pair of wins over Stony Brook and Kennesaw State but was upset by FAU 76-74 last time out. Florida State has opened its season with 3 consecutive losses. The Seminoles have been beaten by Stetson, UCF, and Troy. Florida does not have any players listed on its injury list, while FSU's is extensive. Jeremy Bembry, Jalen Gainey, Devontae Green, Naheem McLeod, and Baba Miller are all out, and Chandler Jackson is questionable. The Gators are 4-11 against the spread in their last 15 road games and 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 overall. Florida is 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 after an against the spread loss. Meanwhile, the Seminoles are 5-2 against the spread in their last 9 Friday games and 8-20 against the spread in their last 29 overall. Florida State is 2-7 against the spread in their last 10 at home. Florida is going to need a good bounce-back effort after a frustrating matchup versus FAU, though. The Gators shot a tepid 38.2% from the field in that one but out-rebounded the Owls 46-37. Florida was stung pretty badly by FAU's 54.2% from three-point range as well. This Florida State team has some issues, and they are going to struggle again in this game. Castleton is coming to have another big game for Florida, and that will help pace the Gators to success. Florida State's defense is going to struggle all around, and Florida will be able to take care of business here. So the Florida Gators to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The tempo that Florida State likes to play should see upwards of 70 possessions per team in this game. Florida's offense has been great this year, and they can produce from anywhere on the court. Florida State will look to create transition baskets on any missed shot, and both of these teams have been shooting very well from the outside. Florida has the ability to create many second chance opportunities, and they will look to push it in transition in their own right. In an in-state battle such as this, I expect both offenses to try and light up the scoreboard, and this game could very much end in a shootout. Take the over. The over is 6-1 in the Seminoles' last 7. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.